Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I haven't given Tissot any love for quite some time, so I figured it was time to review one of their latest watches. So today we have the Tissot Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80, and I'm not going to read that model number off, it's just too long. So as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this Seastar by Tissot. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for all of my favorite watches that I've reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So here you go, typical Tissot watch box. Like I said, I haven't reviewed one of these in, gosh, it's been almost a couple years, I believe. Tissot's been around for a really long time, since 1853, and they've actually been owned by the Swatch Group, which is the largest watch company in the world, since 1983. So there's lots of history with this watch company. Actually, back in the 30s, Tissot and Omega merged for a while, so those watches are really sought after by collectors. So they're really, it's a really neat company, a lot of history, and I just noticed this. These are all of their old logos dating back to, 1880. So on this side and on the other side, a whole bunch of old Tissot logos. Now this is the one they're kind of reviving here pretty recently. This one right here, I love this logo, man. It's just a really cool looking logo. So another thing, this watch box feels like it's made out of lead. I don't know why this watch box is so freaking heavy. Really weird. All right, let's go ahead and take the watch out, and we'll go ahead and put up the specs on the left-hand side of the screen. There you go. Tissot also has a strange setup here. I guess this just holds the watch pillow up for, to display the watch. It's a little bit different, not a big deal, but just, I don't know, kind of different. And then on either side, you have all of your literature. There you go. There is your manual. It's actually pretty thick. There's your manual. Okay. Looks like it's written in multiple languages. There we go. Yeah, a whole bunch of different languages. So there's a manual on that side. I'm assuming this is warranty stuff on this side. Okay, maybe not. Maybe no warranty stuff. Anyway, there you go. All right, let's go put this stuff out of the way. God, that watch box is just crazy heavy, man. All right, let's go ahead and put up the specs. Let's talk about this really neat watch. As you can tell, that dial is just gorgeous. So is the ceramic bezel. Wow, good looking watch. All right, you're looking at a 43 millimeter stainless steel case. It's 12.7 millimeters thick. It's 43 millimeters lug to lug, same as the case size. It's got a 21 millimeter stainless steel bracelet with a diver's extension. It does have a sapphire crystal. It's water resistant to 300 meters, which of course is 990 feet. It's got the Powermatic 80.111 movement. Now this was developed in conjunction with ETA, which is also owned by the Swatch Group. It's got a power reserve of 80 hours. It's got a signed screw down crown over there at 3 o'clock with some really nice crown guards. It's got a gorgeous screw down display case back that I'll show you later. It is windable. It is hackable. It does not have a day function, but it does have a date function down there at 6 o'clock. I have no idea what the lume is. I'm guessing probably some sort of form of superluminova. I've been really spoiled with Seiko's Lumibright, so don't expect much from the lume. It's not bad. It's just not as bright as Seiko's Lumibright. It's got a unidirectional ceramic, gorgeous bezel, by the way. And of course, it is Swiss made. So again, I love the overall color of the dial. I love the sunburst action going on there. I love the ceramic bezel. It's a great looking watch. Now, the weird thing is about this one, and there are a couple different things, not really weird, but it's really highly polished for a diver. For a legit dive watch, which this is, I mean, there are not many brushed surfaces. I think the sides of the links, yeah, those are brushed. And there are a couple sections on the kind of like sandwich style case. See right there? Those two stripes. Those are brushed, and the sides of the lugs are brushed, but the bracelet is highly polished. The front of the watch is highly polished. You've got a nice chrome bezel around each index. Now, one thing about these indexes, and I want y'all's opinion, do they look too small for this watch? It looks like the indexes are about, I don't know, 50% smaller than they should be. They just look, it looks a little odd when you look at the watch to see how small those little circles are. It's just a little weird. Now, the hands I have absolutely no problem with. I love the length in the look of the hands. You got a really nice hour hand, a super nice minute hand. They're the appropriate length. I do like the second hand with that little T logo, kind of like a counterbalance on the back there. The date window looks fantastic to me, nice and big. Sometimes I prefer white letters on a black background, but this one actually works. You've got Seastar right there and Powermatic 80 above the 6 o'clock index, along with Swiss Made right next to the 6 o'clock index. You've got kind of like an inner chapter ring here with some minute markings. You got a little tiny luminous pip there on the second hand. Of course, you've got your luminous pip up here at 12 o'clock. Look at the side of the bezel. Even the bezel is polished, man. Speaking of the bezel, super nice click action. Really feels good when you turn it. And unlike Seiko recently, hint, hint, Tissot can make their bezels line up perfectly. Look at that. I don't know why Seiko hasn't been able to make their bezels line up recently. They're having a lot of quality control issues to me. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. Anyway, so let's look at the rest of the case. You've got a nice signed screw-down crown. Really good crown action. Really satisfying little crown pop there. You've got some nice crown guards here. Buttery smooth winding action. And also it's buttery smooth to actually screw the crown back down. You can really tell this is a Swiss watch, guys. Little details like that really scream quality. Man, I love that sunburst dial. All right, what else? We talked about the bezel, talked about the crown, talked about the case, talked about the bracelet. Nice bracelet, really highly polished. And it looks like those links on the outside are polished. They're kind of semi-polished, I guess. Of course, the inside is very polished. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. You do have a dive extension with this watch. And it looks like it's a pressure close. There you go. And if you look right there, when you take this and you pop it out, there's your dive extension. Pretty cool. Usually what, about an inch? So this is a legit diver, and that's why I was a little confused why it was so highly polished. Normally divers have a little bit more of a matte look, a little bit more of a brushed look. It's not that it looks bad, it's just it's highly polished. So if you like that, then this is definitely the watch for you. Let's take a look at the clasp. I'm a little disappointed this is stamped metal. I would expect more from a Tissot watch, more like a machined scissor clasp. The actual clasp itself is signed right there with the T logo. Not a big deal. So let's go ahead and take a look at the case back. Again, gorgeous. Look at that rotor. It's kind of hard to get it, show you how detailed. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. See all the laser engraving on the rotor? Just a beautiful, gorgeous case back. Screw down. You can see the little sections here where you use a tool to unscrew it. You got a whole bunch of laser etching around the periphery of the watch. There you go. And that rotor, man, God, that rotor's gorgeous. Look at that thing. Really, really cool. This Powermatic 80 is kind of making some waves in the Swiss watch world. Swatch also made their System 51, which is totally made by machines. And that's kind of, sparking kind of a revolution in these automatic watches from the Swatch group. So, this has got an 80-hour power reserve, which is incredible. Incredible feat for a watch in this price range. So it's, this Powermatic 80, you're going to see in a lot of Tissot watches. Again, being owned by the Swatch group, they're really starting to take a much bigger foothold than I think they used to have. They've got tons and tons of different models of watches, and they're Swiss made. They're fantastic, man. Really, really nice watch. Cool case back. So I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to tell you about this watch. So overall, just a fantastic looking watch, awesome specs. Guys, you can't go wrong with this thing, man. The only gripe, like I said, that I have is that the indexes just look a little too small for the dial. I don't know why they did that. It's not that it's ugly. It just looks a little strange to have such small indexes. Anyway, let's go ahead and try this thing on. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's a little bit of a watchgasm right there, guys. Oh, God, that feels great. Maybe I need some alone time. Man, that feels great. Wow, good looking watch. Wow, nice. All right, let's go ahead and test out the lume. It's go ahead and kill the studio light. Let's kill the monitor. Let's check this lume out. And guys, don't get your hopes up. Again, this isn't LumaBright, so don't get your hopes up. And I can't get this room as dark as I want. So here we go. I'm guessing, like I said earlier, this is probably some sort of Super Luminova. I'm not quite sure which version. But there you go. I do like the color a lot. I like that kind of teal green color. You see the same color. Actually, you see the same color on Rolexes and the same color on Citizens. Talk about two totally different watch brands. But anyway, same color lume. Not bad, man. I like especially the hour minute hands have a really, since they're kind of wide, they have a real generous application of the lume. And you can see that little tiny pip on the end of the second hand, rotating past the 6 right now. See if I can get a little bit darker. There you go. Not bad. So the lume's not bad at all, man. I have changed my mind. All right, there we go. Let's turn everything back on. And I'm trying to think of anything I missed telling you about the watch. I think I pretty much covered everything, guys. It's just a fantastic looking watch. Great specs, very well made. I mean, it's a Tissot. Tissot makes fantastic watches. You know, they're the ones that make the T-Touch. Let me put one of those up on the left-hand side screen. They're real famous for their T-Touch watches. Really, really cool. So anyway, guys, if you want to get one of these, I'll put a link to the Amazon website where you can go pick one up for $478. I think they've actually come down about 30 or 40 bucks since I got this one. So 478 bucks. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description field for you. Also, make sure you like and subscribe and make sure you click that notification bell. All of us YouTubers really, really do appreciate that. That helps with our metrics and a whole bunch of other things. So if you could do that, I personally would really appreciate it. Guys, I have got so much stuff coming. I've got like 15 reviews lined up. I've got a new batch of watches coming from shopping in Japan. Some really, really cool stuff. So make sure you stay tuned. And if you want to see more Tissot watches, please let me know because they have got hundreds of models of watches. They're kind of like Swatch in that sense, where Swatch literally has hundreds of different designs. Tissot is the same way. They have got tons and tons of different models. Divers, dress watches, you name it, they've got it. So anyway, guys, that has been it for this review. And man, that's it, man. I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.